Hi kids, it's Mrs. Fravel. How are you? Look, you can see my whole face while I talk. So crazy. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial on how to do graphs, how to insert graphs into your Google Doc. So follow along with me as I do this. So this is the first assignment that we did, the graphing the annual yearly temperature of the Earth. And you should answer these questions, of course. When you are ready to build your graph, here's what you need to do. So put your cursor where underneath the data or where you want to insert your graph, and then you're going to come up to insert, and then you're going to click or hover over chart, then come down to which type of chart that you want to do, which graph you want to do. Today we did a line graph. Of course, you're going to do a line graph because it is a continuum over time, measuring different dependent variable changes over your independent measurement of time. Okay, so click line, and it give it a minute. Google has to think about how to build this thing. So this will be your chart, your graph, and they just put in a general one that you now have to edit. So here's how you do that. You're going to come up to this little icon in the corner and click the chain. Click the link, and you're going to click open source. Now this is the source for your chart, for your graph. So what you'll do is first you have to give it a minute to think about what it's doing. It's working. It's working. Okay. And then it'll pop it open. It'll show your graph, the graph that it is defaulting for you. Okay. Then you need to scroll back up so that you can see the actual values. Okay. Column A is your x-axis. So that is your independent variable. So for the graphing average temperature, those are the years. So you can fill those in straight away. Okay, so all you do is click on the field, highlight it, and put in the year. 1970 was the first year of the data, and then hit enter. It'll go down to the next one. These were in 5-year intervals, so it was 1975, and then it was 1980. That was a good year, believe me. 1985. Okay, and so on. So you'll do all of the years up through 2015, or whatever it is if you're doing the next graph. Okay. Column B, this column here, that's going to be your y-axis. So that's going to be your temperature gradients, or the recorded temperatures for the year. And I believe 1975 was what, 13.98? And then I can flip back to my document. My document's still right here. And I can read off those values. So 1975 was 13.9. 13.9. Did I get that first one right? Let's look. Yep. 13.93. Okay, so you fill all of those in. And I'll just do these two just so we can get a good start. So 1980 was 14.1. And then 1985 was 14.03. Okay, good. Now, we only have one independent variable, one dependent variable in this, right? We didn't do two dependent variables, we just did one. So we need to get rid of this second default one that Google just puts in. But you can't just delete the data, you have to delete the whole field. So come up to this top C column, you're going to hit right click, come down to delete column, hit that. You got to get rid of that whole field or it's going to try to graph it. Okay. Now, so far, I've got a very flat line, but you need to look at your scale of your intervals. So it starts way down at 0 and stops at 15, which would be fine, but if you look back at our data, it's got a much tighter spread. The lowest value in your data is 13.9. Your highest value of your data is 14.8. So we're going to tighten those up on your graph. Okay. And the way that you do that is you highlight and double click on the whole graph. And it should, give it a minute, come on, there we go. I'm going to get out of the way. So what it should do is it should open the chart editor on the sidebar for you. Okay? And it's got a whole bunch of things, and don't be alarmed. So the first thing you want to do for sure is change your title. So the title for this was annual or average temperature. Okay, right? And hit enter. And that's changed it over here. And so we can fold that up. Now we need to look at our axes, our horizontal and our vertical axes. I think the horizontal on here is fine. The spread and the intervals on that are perfect. So we're going to now fix our vertical or our y-axis, okay? And you're going to come down to this minimum and maximum. Now we said we've got a small scale, a small squishy interval, where I'm going to go my minimum value, I am going to put at 13. My maximum value, I'm going to put to 15, because all of our data, all of our yearly temperatures fell in between those two numbers, right? So now you're just going to give yourself a little bit better view of what the data is actually doing on that line and look at the trend a little bit tighter, okay? So now it's shifted that so you can see a little bit better how the data is trending. I don't know what that G17 is. Oh, I know what it is. So we'll get that out of there. Okay, so we've fixed all of that. Now we need to get this over to your other one. Okay? So you're going to come back to your graphing worksheet, come down to your table, okay? It's still highlighted. Now click the little, there should be now an update. There we go. It should populate an update button for you. So if you click that, it's going to pull the new chart over from that other document from that spreadsheet and put it in. I'm sorry, it's 3:04 p.m. and Mrs. Fravel's brain has decided it is done for the day. So there you go. There's your new line graph with the data that I had put in. Remember, that's not all of the data. I only put in 3 points. So you're going to put the rest of those in, tighten up your scale, tighten up your intervals, and let Google do the work. It's so much easier than paper. So if you have a computer and you can do your worksheets on your computer and graph them there, it's going to save you a ton of time and paper. We like to save trees. Okay, thanks you guys. Good luck. Let me know if you need help, and talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.